Hey, what's up, guys? Camera doesn't look like it's pointed at me. That's okay. Okay. I know the sound quality isn't the greatest here. I'm gonna get a new microphone for this camera eventually. I need like an outboard mic, the one that is built-in sucks. But that's not the point. You'll see the videos progress. My channel, if you watch the description, of course there isn't one yet. I gotta make that. If you've watched the video that technically is supposed to precurse this one, you'll know that I'm personally an atheist. I find the concept of Christianity to be absurd. The concept of all religion to be absurd. I'm philosophically opposed to it. And just about every other fiber of my being opposes religion. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to illustrate and to discuss how prayer is absolutely useless. This whole video idea, the whole YouTube thing kind of stems from a few videos I did a while back, like way long time ago, about whip cracking, which I might do some different ones as soon as the weather warms up around here. It's really freaking cold outside, so I'd rather not freeze to death. But anyway, this video is going to be about the power of prayer, or the lack thereof, and why people are so delusional in their beliefs. Now, to discuss delusions very quickly, we'll never be able to understand why people are so delusional in their beliefs. I know I just said that we'd discuss it, but quite frankly, there's nothing to discuss. It's an irrational, illogical, just authoritative belief system that they've been told to believe in. That's what Christianity is. It's just a way to control people. It always has been, it always will be. And prayer is supposed to give people this notion that they're connecting with this personal God, the creator of the universe, and that he loves you and this and that. And it's a bunch of crap. It's just shit. Absolute horse shit. And there have been multiple studies done across many religious faiths, not just Christianity. So it's not like I'm attacking Christians, or scientists are attacking Christians even though they feel that way. It's just a general fact that prayer does nothing. If you were to drop a plate of Jell-O off of a building, it would do more for the world than prayer. Quite literally, it would be a better use of someone's time to do that, to drop Jell-O off of a building. Okay? If that offends someone, that's just too bad, because prayer really doesn't do anything. People think that they've come to the conclusion that prayer is statistically significant in helping people and this and that, and people have even tried to cite studies to me that prayer makes people happy, heaven makes people happy, and all this crap. Now, to address the heaven issue first, the study that they mentioned wasn't a study, it wasn't even an experiment, it was just kind of I don't know what to even call it. It's so horribly put together and executed and just published. It's just bad. The people, around 400 people, 500 people, were asked to write an essay about heaven or hell, and they weren't given an option. And after the study, they were polled on their feeling, like their general happiness. So they were polled before study, polled after. So it's a both, that type of thing where they check for changes in mood. It's not to check if you believe in heaven and you're happy, because that's not physically possible to check. You can't quantify happiness, in my opinion, but people try. So anyway, what they did was they did the study, people wrote about stuff, and then they gave their opinion, and it turned out that people who wrote about heaven were happier than people who wrote about hell, which would come as no surprise to any rational person, because heaven is supposed to be the greatest place in the world that you could possibly imagine, and then greater, and hell is supposed to be the worst place you can possibly imagine, and then worse. And it seems like a very pointless study, in my opinion, coming from a background in psychology, I mean, you do a study where you cause people to think negatively, and you cause people to think positively, and then you're surprised when their thoughts diverge from a mean. It's like, what? Are you? How retarded are you that you would possibly publish this and be like, look, prayer's helpful. Heaven makes you happy. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, the study that was cited to me is absolutely flawed in its conclusion. It says that statistically significant results were found in prayer and heaven being directly correlated to someone's happiness, which isn't the case. Just because you believe in heaven doesn't mean you're happy. Just because you believe in hell doesn't mean you're happy. If you're forced to think about these places, then yes, that will alter your opinion. But if I force you to think about the Holocaust, or if I force you to think about, bunny rabbits and kittens, yeah, your mental state will tend to diverge according to how you perceive each stimulus, basically. That's not surprising to anyone, especially to me. The second part of the study was claimed that there were other studies done where prayer statistically helped people get better. So it was kind of like a miraculous thing, which turns out to be shit too, because the study that was done, the patients were told that they were being prayed for, and you can't tell your... What? That doesn't even make any sense. Who would do that? They'd be like, hey, I have an idea. Let's tell the patients they're going to be prayed for and see if they feel better. Well, of course they're going to feel better because never mind. What I'm saying is that study was flawed. It introduced a bias into the study that caused the study to produce biased results. I mean, it's a bad study. And again, it wasn't polling their health, it was polling how they feel. So, positive thinking results in positive attitudes. Wow. Amazing. So, to summarize, prayer does nothing. Out of all the studies that have ever been conducted, blind studies, proper experimental studies, not one ever has been statistically proven to have an effect on somebody's health. Now, people say, oh, well, I prayed for my aunt and she had leukemia and she got better. Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't because of God. I'm pretty sure it's because some doctor somewhere was like, hey, let's try to save this bitch's life. How about that? You ever think of that? No? Oh, that's too bad. Maybe you should thank your medical professionals for saving your family members' lives instead of God, because God didn't do anything. And please, don't ever cite studies that have to do with people's personal opinions before and after a session of positive and negative thought. Okay? That has nothing to do with their overall happiness. As an atheist, I'm an extremely happy person. I mean, sure, I don't seem very happy right now, but it's because I'm irritated that people are so stupid. And that can't be helped because I can't physically control what you're exposed to and how you think. If I could, well, I'm not saying that you wouldn't be smart, but I'm saying you wouldn't be stupid. At least to a lesser extent that you already are stupid. So, that sounds a little arrogant, yeah, I know. But, again, these studies, just absolute crap. Prayer, absolute crap. I mean, you can pray for anyone. I mean, literally anyone, and it'll do nothing. So next time you're praying, think about what you could be spending your time doing, like making a video about how prayer doesn't work, or how about, vacuuming your house, Or you could make beef stroganoff, or change a light bulb, or actually read a textbook, maybe a science textbook on statistics and experiments, and then you wouldn't be so stupid and you wouldn't cite studies like this. And then maybe you should read about psychology, about how positive thoughts create positive feelings and things like that. Maybe. It's a crazy notion, I know, but education is helpful.